Oh my gosh, so this is my first proper YouTube video. I've done a couple of experiments prior to this, but I am basically just getting started in this. I've been trying to do this for like 2 years, and honestly, I just keep making excuses. I just gotta get out there and do it, and so this is my first video. So today, in this video, I want to talk about how to take your career to the next level and start making passive income. I'm super passionate about helping artists, creative people, musicians get to the place where they can start making money online in a passive way. So passive income is basically doing some work up front, and then that thing that you created makes you money for a long time in the future. So the basic benefit of that is that you're not trading your time for money, which will free you up to pursue your creative passions. My name is Dan. I am a creative person, musician, graphic designer. Been doing web design for a long time, too long really, and I'm pursuing new avenues of creating money online. I'm the proud father of 3 amazing kids. They are really wildly different ages, different personalities. They are my life, and they are, why I do what I do. I'm a self-proclaimed introvert. I used to be ashamed of that. I used to think that was a negative thing, but it's actually something I've embraced as a really powerful part of my personality. So I just want to put myself out there in this YouTube channel. If you're an introvert and you feel like you can't launch into this kind of thing, doing YouTube, being out there in social media, it is possible, and it feels good. I'm telling you right now, it feels good. So before we dive into a couple of ways that you can actually make passive income, let's just go into a little bit of why you would do that. For me, I've got tons of hobbies and interests and creative exploits, passionate about creating a positive work and life balance. So that right there is reason number 1 for me. I want to create more time with my family, with my kids, and create an income stream that is basically not automatically generated, but it comes in every month, whether I'm putting in 40 hours a week or not. It's there, it's ready to go. Over the last couple of years, I've really been passionate about this and learning more about how to make it happen, and just wanted to show a couple of stats on sort of averages for people. You might relate to some of this stuff, but it's really interesting anyway. So the average person spends a third of their life working and 50% of their waking hours, what I would consider the prime time of your life, at work. 80% of people are dissatisfied with their jobs. The average person spends 90,000 hours of work over their lifetime. Couples, which one partner spends 10 plus hours more than usual at work, so like if you're working a 50-hour work week, they will typically divorce at twice the average rate. 25% of employees say their work is the main source of stress, and 40% say their job is very or extremely stressful. So on average, 23 years of your entire life are spent working, and 26 years are spent sleeping. Okay, so that's 35% of your total waking hours over a 50-year working life period, assuming you're sleeping 8 hours a night. Some do more, some do less. 50% of your total waking hours during any given workday. On top of that, lots of people, you don't even love what they do. Some people just get into a job because it pays the bills and they've got other pursuits that actually make them happy, but they're spending all this time on work. So something that I've wrestled with a lot is, what am I spending so much time on? Why is this a cornerstone of how Western society is built, that people have to spend so much time at work and really not doing the things that are the most important in life, like spending time with family and working on relationships, doing the things that you enjoy. Life is freaking short, and it's unbelievable to me that this Western society is so work focused, and we're missing out, guys. We're missing out on the heart of what life is really about. Many artists and musicians find it incredibly challenging to make any sort of income from what they produce. There are, like I said, the few that just managed, they find that success, they get the right connections, they're talented, and they make it happen. And it's done by hard work and dedication, no doubt, and talent. But there's a lot of people that have all that stuff, but just don't ever make it in the industry. This is basically the model that we've been shown. Either you make it as an artist, a creative, musician, or you don't. Either you're good enough or you're not good enough to make a living from it. And I really fight against that, because I feel like, especially for introverts and people that don't want to be sort of in that normal spotlight that you would be in a lot of these kind of situations as a creative person. You just want to create the stuff that you love and somehow make a living out of it. And a lot of people struggle making that connection. So I want to talk about that a lot on this channel, just how to make that connection from the stuff that you're creating to people that will buy it. Not necessarily that direct connection. There's lots of other ways that you can make an income online that we're going to go into. Your so-called success is not just determined by your talent alone. There's lots of other factors at play. Do you know the right people, or do you have contacts within the industry? Do you have the same opportunities that other artists have had? Do you have that special creative edge that sets you apart from other artists? Are you an introvert or are you an extrovert? Do you have the physical time to spend on your art? Or are you basically trying to scrape by, support your family, do what it takes to just make a living? Do you want to go on tour? Do you lack confidence? Do you have other struggles like prejudice or sexism, any of that kind of stuff to overcome? Because that can be a barrier as well. And I know from experience, when you wrestle with these kind of questions, and on top of that, the sort of self-doubt that many artists have, we're intuitive creatures, we're sensitive creatures, and we're very sensitive about our art. And so that could be a barrier for you as well. So with all that pressure, it's enough to make a lot of us just either keep our heads down and just do something else, or run away from it. I just want to say I applaud you for those of you who are dedicated and have just stuck with your passions and stuck with it despite the odds. Well done to you. So yeah, let's face it, it's more practical and convenient to make a living from a regular job. You get paid vacations, you get a regular paycheck every month, financial security. In the States you get health care if you've got a full-time job. It's definitely an easier way to go. And for some of you, it's probably the right way to go. This sort of passive income, entrepreneurship, creative lifestyle isn't for everyone. But I just want to say it is possible to do what you love, do what you're passionate about, and get paid for it. Simple as that. For those of you who are not satisfied with where you're at, or you feel like there's something more out there, you don't know how to get there, please subscribe to this channel. I really want to help you out with the knowledge that I've gained, and just share as I'm going along this journey as well. So let's share the journey together. I just want to touch on something as well that I'm really passionate about, and that is finding meaning in what you're doing. There was a time a couple of years ago I had a really well-paid job, super cushy, just easy for me to do. I knew the work really well, and I was a web designer and a video production artist, so I was creating motion graphics and things like that, and really actually one of my passions. But the company that I worked for, I didn't really connect with, and I've always had this thing where I do want to be my own boss. I want to pursue the things that I want to pursue because they have meaning to me. But it was a corporate environment, and there really wasn't any meaning in it for me. And I was constantly asking myself, why am I here? I don't fit into this. Why am I doing this? I don't really care about this. I don't care about the mission of this company or what they're trying to achieve. I'm just trying to make a living. And I kind of have to fill the shoes of someone that is passionate about this and really loves it, but just wasn't doing it for me. This is the beginning of a journey for me that's kind of my chance to make my mark in the world. I want to leave a legacy for my kids, and just to get to the end of my life and feel like, yeah, I did something cool. I did something that had some value, contributed to the world. And really what I'm passionate about is this thing that I've struggled with for a lot of years, and that is helping artists and creative people make it work, make it happen for themselves. And it's not necessarily about making it big, it's just about doing what you find fulfilling. Recently there's been a shift in culture, and it's really a movement or a rising up of artists and creatives and people that make stuff that basically you can live in abundance, and there's just so much opportunity out there. You just have to be brave enough to step out and go for it. So you've more than likely encountered quite a few people on the web that are making a passive income and you haven't realized it. There's a lot of people on social media. YouTube is a big spot for this, but on Instagram and other social media platforms where you get the influencers and the YouTubers and the people that have made this into their full-time career, generally the kind of income that they're making is a passive income. So they've created the content for the web, and they're bringing in clients and they're bringing in money in a variety of ways. I really want to help you get started in this journey, and just by sharing initially my own experiences and kind of go on this journey together and finding fulfillment and success. I'll be going into a ton of detail in future videos about how you can actually achieve this stuff, and some really key information that you need to know about how to gain customers, how to keep customers, and build your fan base online, and ultimately making a success. So I look forward to sharing this journey with you and celebrating and learning as we go. Thanks for watching.